Hello, good afternoon, all of you. Hello, everyone.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, Sandhya. So, can we start? Let's start. I'm sharing my screen. Okay. Yesterday, we have covered the points big data. So, big data is a collection of data that is a huge in volume. We have to handle that data. So, there is a difference between, we have seen the difference between the traditional data as well as the big data. After that, we have covered the examples. We have seen the examples of the big data. Social media is the one of the best example. Then structure, types of big data, structured, semi-structured, as well as the unstructured. Then we have seen the characteristics of big data. That is it's a 5V: volume, variety, value, velocity, and veracity. So volume is the nothing but the size of data. Then veracity, variety, that means whatever we are storing the data, it comes in different format. It may be a structured, unstructured, or semi-structured. And whatever data we are storing, it may be a photos, videos, emails, PDF, like that. And veracity is nothing but it is a process of being able to handle and manage that data efficiently, because there is a many variety as well as the so huge in size that data. Okay. Value is nothing but though the huge amount of its data is over there, that we have to retrieve the valuable and reliable data. We have to convert after processing that data. Everyone, please mute yourself. Okay. Then velocity is nothing but it refers to the high speed of accumulation of the data. So now we know the big data and as well as its characteristics, type of data we are storing on this type of data in database. So how to handle that data? So in traditional database, we can handle that data using the SQL language, but it's not possible to handle the big data using traditional SQL. So there is another concept, that is the no SQL. So NoSQL database is a non-relational database management system. SQL for the to manage the relational database management system. We know that one now. But NoSQL database is a non-relational data management system. that does not require to fix the schema. In SQL, we have to first fix the schema because it's a structured. But here in NoSQL, there does not need we require to fix the schema. It avoids as well as join, and it's easy to scale. Means it's easy to shrink as well as the easy to expand. That's why here is the main characteristics is that it is easy to scale and it avoids the join operations. So the major purpose of the using SQL, NoSQL database is for distributed data stores with a homogeneous data storage needs. See, as NoSQL, big data is a very big in size and it's not a centralized storage. It's in a distributed format. Okay. So here NoSQL is used for a big data and real-time web apps. Okay. So, and which one using the NoSQL? The companies like Twitter, Facebook, Google, it collects the terabytes of users data every single day. So behind that, they are using NoSQL because they are handling the big data. So NoSQL database stands for not only SQL or not SQL. Okay, and this concept is introduced by the Carl Stross in 1998. Okay, just note down the important points. What is NoSQL? Companies which may use the NoSQL. Now, see over here. Here, the traditional RDBMS uses a SQL syntax to store and retrieve the data. Okay, but instead of in a NoSQL database, system encompasses a wide range of database technology that can store structured, semi-structured, and unstructured data. See, traditional RDBMS is only in a structured format, but NoSQL may be combination of structured, semi-structured, and unstructured. So here, SQL database is in the format of relational, in tabular format, in analytics. Here, OLAP. Only these two types of format handled by the SQL database. But in NoSQL, there are four types. It's a column family. It may be stored in a graph format, document format, document based, or key value based format. Okay. We will see these four in detail. Okay. So features of NoSQL. So first one is it supports the non-relational database. It never follows the relational model. We all aware about the relational model. But NoSQL database never follow the relational model. And it never provided tables with a flat fixed column records because it's easy to scale. It's flexible. NoSQL provides the flexibility. So there is a no fixed structure, no fixed schema. It works with self-contained aggregates or blobs, and it doesn't require object or relational mapping and data normalization. In SQL, we have to require the object relation. It's a relational database, but here there is a no need to manage the mapping relation. Hello everyone, please mute yourself. Pathan, roll number 26. Mute yourself. See students, it's really disturbing the class. Please take care of these. Okay, we are on the point of the NoSQL works with a self-contained aggregates or blobs, and NoSQL doesn't require the object relational mappings. We have seen how to map, how to maintain, how to make mapping using the foreign key, as well as the data normalizations. But in NoSQL, it doesn't require. And here there is a no complex features like query language, query planners, referential integrity joins, ACID properties, like that. It's very flexible. And second feature is the schema free. NoSQL is a schema free. NoSQL databases are either schema free or have relaxed schema, which is easy to expand or shrink. It's not normally shrinks, but easy to expand. It do not require any sort of definition of the schema of the data. In SQL, we have to define first schema and then we can store the data on that. But here, there is a no fixed schema is required because NoSQL is designed for that purposes only. It offers heterogeneous structure too, and of the data of the same domain. Heterogeneous means different kinds of data structures. Okay. The third main feature is a simple API. It offers easy to use interface for storage and querying the data provided. Here APIs allows the low level data manipulation and selection methods, and mostly use no standard based NoSQL query language. It provides the simple API. That is the application programming interface. Then this is one of the important feature, that is the distributed. By using SQL, data handling is a centralized one, but here if there is a NoSQL, data is scattered, there are many n number of servers are involved. So the whatever is the data is the distributed format. Multiple NoSQL databases can be executed in a distributed fashions and offers auto scaling and failover capabilities too. Okay. Just note down the features of NoSQL. Now let's see the types of NoSQL databases. So NoSQL databases mainly categorized into 4 types. First one is the key value pair base. There is a pair of key as well as the value in that key. So that's why the name is the key value pair. Then second one is the column oriented graph. Second is the, or we can say as a column based. Third one is the graph base. And fourth one is the document based or document oriented. See, these are the different kind of NoSQL database. From these 4, no one is the perfect one to solve each and every problems when we are dealing with the big data. But according to the requirement, according to the organization requirement, they store their data from these 4, one of the type. See, none of the above specified databases are better to solve all the problems. And users should select the database based on their product needs. Let's see one by one. First one is the key value pair base. As the name suggests, there is a pair of key as well as the value in that key. Here data is stored in the key value pairs, and it is designed in such a way that to handle a lots of data, and it may have the heavy load too. In key value pair storage, database stores data as a hash table, where each key is a unique one. We already learned the concept of the hash table. Just refresh it one more time. Each key is a unique, and the value can be JSON blobs, that is a binary large object, strings, etc. are stored in that format. For example, over here, suppose key is the website and value in that key is amazon.com. Then key value pair may contain the key like a website, and associated with the value is the amazon.com. That is a key and value. So this kind of NoSQL database is used as a collection of dictionaries, associated arrays, etc. So Redis, Dynamo, Write are the some NoSQL examples of a key value store databases. Here, this is a just simple diagram is there. In left hand side, key is over there, and value related with that is stored. See over one of the diagram. Keys are over there, and that is linked with its value, and these are the hash key, which are the unique one. Okay. Now the next type is a column based. As the name suggests, column-oriented database works on a column and are based on the big table paper by the Google. Every column is here treated as a separately. Normally, in structured one, each column with its value, single value. But here, values of a single column database are stored continuously. It's a continuously. So it delivers the very high performance on the when we are performing the aggregation operations on the queries like a sum, count, average, mean, etc. Because the data is readily available in the columns. See, this is a column-based NoSQL database. Here, column family, in that column name, and column name, the value consists in the key value pair in pair format. Then again second records with the column name, key and value. So the data is available in a stored in the contiguous format in a single column. Okay. So column-based NoSQL database are widely used to manage data in a warehouse, business intelligence, CRM, that is a customer relationship management, library card catalogs. And here HBase, hypertables are the NoSQL query examples for the column-based database. These are using the column-based NoSQL database. Okay, just note down the points. See over the diagram, it's a logical diagram. Suppose here the column family and data is stored in a column format. Next database type, which is supported by the NoSQL, that is the document oriented. Document oriented NoSQL database stores the and retrieves the data as a key value pair, but the value part is stored as a document. Is it? Means, yes, here also we are using the key value pair, as in column based also we are using the key value pair only. But here the whatever key pointing to the specific value, that value is stored in the form of the document. Okay. Now see the diagram. In this left hand side diagram, it's a relational database management system. Table is there. But this right hand side is the document oriented diagram. Here key is document 1, document 2, and the value in that is in the detailed document formats. Okay, so the document is stored in a JSON or in XML format, and the value is understood by the database and can be queried. After firing the query, we can capture that data. And the document type is mostly used for the CMS system, for blogging platform, as well as the real-time analytics, e-commerce application, and it should not use for a complex transactions, okay, which require multiple operations or query against the varying aggregate structure like that. Just write down the document oriented or document based database. And the document based database have not any fixed structure, any not have any fixed schema. So that's why it's a flexible kind of database. Okay, the fourth type of database, fourth type of NoSQL database is the graph base. A graph type database store entities as well as the relation among those entities. Yes, entities are there, but relation among those entities are also there. And the entities is stored as a node. Here, it may be a person, it may be a city, a restaurant, a student. These are the entities, and it is represented by the node, and relation between these two entities are represented by the ages. Okay, are you getting, students? Everything. And here an age gives a relation between the nodes, and every node and age has the unique identifier again. Okay, here, as compared to relational database where tables are loosely connected, a graph base is a multi-relational in a nature and traversing the relationship as fast as they are already captured into the database. And there is no need to calculate them. Okay, so graph base database most used for a social network, logistic, and spatial kind of data. And Neo4j, Infinite Graph, OrientDB, FlockDB are the some popular graph-based databases. Examples are. See, just note down. See, traditional RDBMS follows the acid properties to maintain the data consistent. Like that, NoSQL follows the base property. Base stand for basically first BA, that is the basically available. BA. S stand for soft state, and E stand for eventual consistency. So RDBMS gold standard is the acid. Like that, NoSQL gold standard is a base. Basically available, BA, soft state for S, and eventual consistency. So basically available means database is available all the time. Okay. Now the eventual consistency. The eventual consistency means to have copies of data multiple machines. Yeah, yes, NoSQL is in a distributed in a format. So n number of some servers are involved. If you are think about the Google, one of the server is in India, one of the USA, UK, like that. Huh? So every server has the replicas of the each and every records. So if any one of the copy is get updated, then that updation should be impacted to other copies too. It should. So eventual consistency means to have a copies of the data on a multiple machines to get high availability and scalability. The changes made to any data items on one machine has to be propagated to other replicas too. Replicas nothing but the copies. See, मी आत्ताच एक एक्झाम्पल दिलं, परत एकदा एक्झाम्पल देते तेच. गुगल सर्व्हर जर तुम्ही कन्सिडर केला तर फक्त USA मध्ये आहे असं नाही, तर त्याचे सर्व्हर्स इंडियामध्ये बाकीच्या कंट्रीज मध्ये सुद्धा अवेलेबल प्रेझेंट आहेत. तर जो काही तुम्ही डेटा हे करताय, फायरिंग करून कॅप्चर करत आहे, तो काही USA च्या सर्व्हर मधून येतो का? नाही. तर तो तुमच्या एरिया मधला जो नियरेस्ट सर्व्हर आहे तर तिथून तो येणार, राईट. तर बट जेव्हा तो कुठला डेटा हा अपडेट होतो तर त्याच्या ज्या रिप्लिकास दुसऱ्या सर्व्हर्स मध्ये आहेत तर त्या सुद्धा अपडेट होतात. सो इव्हेंच्युअल, that means they are maintaining the consistency. But eventual means sometimes it takes time when we are dealing with the real-time system. So eventual, here the name is the eventual. The term eventual consistency means to have a copies of the data on a multiple machines to get high availability and scalability. High availability means प्रत्येक सर्व्हरवर अवेलेबल पाहिजे according to the user requirement, as well as it should be updated. The changes made for the any data on the one machine has to be propagated to other replicas too. And soft state means even without an input, the system state may change, and eventual consistency means that system will be become consistent over a time. Okay. Okay. Like this. Here is the diagram. Base, basically available, soft state, and eventually consistent. And this is used by the many SQL system. That is the base property. Just note down what is base, long form, and meaning of that. Now, advantages of NoSQL. Here we are discussing the advantages of NoSQL as well as the disadvantages. Advantages of NoSQL are NoSQL can be used as a primary analytic data source. It has the capability to handle the big data. Easy replications. Replications means duplications of the data is there. It's support for that. It also provide the fast performance as well as the horizontal scalability. Okay. As well as it handles the structured, semi-structured, and unstructured data. Okay. It has the capability to handle structured, semi-structured, and unstructured data. As well as it supports the key developer language and platforms. It is compared to RDBMS, it is simple to implement. And it also handles the big data, which manage the data velocity, variety, volume, and as well as the complexity of that big data. Here it excels the distributed database and multi-data centers operations. And in future, we have seen that it also supports, it offers the flexible schema designs. Okay, there is a no fixed schema design. It is a flexible. As there are n number of advantages are there of NoSQL, but still there are some disadvantages. Uh, as in SQL, it follows the standards, rules, but in NoSQL, there is a no standardizations and rules, and it has the limited query capabilities. Okay, it does not offers any traditional database capabilities like consistency when multiple transactions will be performed simultaneously. So it try to provide here eventual consistency. But like in SQL, RDBMS, it not provides 100% consistency. It's eventual consistency. When the volume of the data increases, yes, it grows exponentially, but sometime when the volume of the data increases, it is difficult to maintain the unique values as it key becomes difficult. Okay, because though there are different four kind of database, but it's in the format of key pair only. Okay, so keys are required, but sometimes the size get increase, it is difficult to maintain that keys. And fourth, last one is it doesn't work as well with the relational data. For that, for relational data, SQL is the best. Okay, just note down these points. Are you getting, student? Is there any doubt, any query?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. This is the end of Unit 8 as well as end of the syllabus. I'm trying to cover all the points. We have covered all the points almost. But still, is there any doubt, any query? Okay, let me know.